In this video, I will explain how I come up with song ideas. Firstly, I'll explain the initial steps from a melody in my head to a MIDI reduction. Then I'll explain my philosophy for generating those initial ideas. So, the first step is to have a melody. A melody idea will pop into my head, after which I'll record myself whistling the tune using my phone. Here is an example. After that, I'll enter my DAW and transcribe the melody to MIDI, along with simple chords and a beat. This is called the MIDI reduction. Here is an example. Please watch my video, Getting the Melody in Your Head onto MIDI Piano Roll, to learn more about how I transcribe to MIDI. Also watch Adding Chords to a Melody via Piano Roll. After the MIDI reduction, I will expand the reduction with a more elaborate arrangement and instrumentation. If you'd like to learn more, please watch my video, My Full Songwriting Process. Now I'm going to explain my philosophy on how I think I generate those initial melodies in my head. For me, melodies just pop into my head. I don't have to try very hard. My brain automatically does it. However, I'd like to go deeper into how I think my brain comes up with song ideas. In a Google talk by Barbara Oakley titled Learning How to Learn, she suggests that the brain has two modes: the focused and diffuse modes. The focus mode entails problem solving and following a process. The diffuse mode is more about scattered, disjointed thinking, where your brain tries to connect disparate concepts. Diffuse thinking happens during sleep and when you're doing a non-demanding task like going for a walk. How this relates to how I come up with song ideas is that I listen to music intently, and so naturally when my brain is in the diffuse mode, it passes over melodies I've listened to and comes up with its own interpretation of those melodies, taking into account all the melodies I have stored in my memory. There is a problem with this, and that is I sometimes notice that the melodies I come up with are similar to tunes that I forgot that I already have listened to. This is where the focus mode comes in. I have to use all my musical knowledge in composing, arranging, and instrumentation to impart my own identity on that melody. So, in a sense, it's almost like carving a sculpture or solving a mathematical problem, as a mathematician, Andrew Wiles, once said, quote, "Perhaps I could best describe my experience of doing mathematics in terms of entering a dark mansion. One goes into the first room and it's dark, completely dark. One stumbles around, bumping into the furniture, and gradually you learn where each piece of furniture is. Finally, after 6 months or so, you find the light switch, you turn it on, and suddenly it's all illuminated. You can see exactly where you were." In conclusion, melody ideas pop into my head automatically, and this happens when my brain is in a diffuse state. Later, when I'm focused, I'll work the melody by imparting my own identity on it through composing, arranging, and instrumentation. The whole process is like carving a sculpture or solving a maths problem.